The Impact of Software by Brandon Hua. Inappropriate data structures. A data structure is a set of rules for organizing data in a computer, used to develop algorithms and solve complex problems. In software development, the use of an inappropriate data structure can lead to not only an inefficient code, but one that is hard to debug once errors arise. The consequences of an inappropriate data structure is evident in the year 2000 problem, where to preserve memory, which at the time was extremely limited and expensive, software developers used only 2 digits to represent the year. This is because they believed these products would be obsolete by the year 2000. This oversight caused many to believe that many systems would fail when the year changed from 1999 to 2000. In the end, nothing really happened besides a few bugs and glitches. Countries who did nothing to fix the problem had no more technological problems than those who spent millions, such as the US. As a result, though it saved memory in times of memory scarcity, humans have learned from their mistakes, changing from the 2-digit date to the proper 4-digit date to avoid events like the Y2K problem from occurring again. However, it is evident that inappropriate data structures do cause inefficiency and glitches within a code. In the case of the Y2K problem, though it was not a major catastrophe, there was an immense amount of stress and fear as people believed that power lines, transport, and banks were going to cease functioning completely. Computer malware. Malicious software is designed to damage or perform unwanted actions on computer systems. In software development, malware developers create seemingly legitimate applications and software that is installed by the user, but unbeknownst to the user steals information for their own personal gain. These developers might also reverse engineer company software and sell it. There is an array of different types of malware. The most common type of malware are viruses. Viruses are self-replicating computer programs which install without consent. Features that can be attributed to viruses are that they always corrupt and modify files, affecting the performance of the computer, and stealing personal information through keylogging. Another type of malware are worms. Worms are a standalone computer program that uses computer network to spread. They are heavily reliant on security breaches and always cause harm by taking up bandwidth. Third is the Trojan horse. Like the Greek Trojan horse, it disguises itself as a helpful program and when executed enacts its own malicious programming. Trojan horses are usually used to steal information. Fourth is ransomware. Ransomware restricts access and demands a ransom be paid to regain access to the computer. Fifth is scareware. Scareware usually disguises itself as some other type of malware used to scare people and scam them of their money. However, they are usually fake, containing no actual malware. As we can see, the effects of malware on humans are as follows. There is almost no good that comes from the usage of malware other than the perpetrator who benefits from it. Software developers must always be wary about the strength of their security, and the general public must download links with great caution, otherwise the potential of malware making its way onto their personal computers is very high, with the potential to leak private and personal information which could be used to extort money or render their hardware useless. Social networking. A social network is a group who associate with one another. Social networking is the use of dedicated websites and applications to interact with other users, or to find people with similar interests to one's own. Social networking sites most certainly has its benefits, as it has allowed a large percentage of the population to connect with family and friends, no matter where they are in the world via the internet. It has also enabled a different type of interaction that has never been seen before, where people are meeting others and having conversations through their screens. Social networking sites like LinkedIn have enabled people to find job opportunities through colleagues, recommendations, and scouting, as it provides an accessible platform for companies to view your resume without any extra effort. However, like most things in life, social networking does come at a cost. This new way of interacting with people through a screen lacks face-to-face communication, degrading social skills such as lack of eye contact, awkwardness in body language, and stuttering when confronted with a situation where they have to speak face-to-face. Private and personal information is also too easily shared, leading to identity theft, stalking, and online bullying, especially with the majority of social media applications displaying your location without you realizing. Whatever is put on the internet also remains on the internet, no matter how hard you try to remove it. This could set up future job opportunities to fail, as employers may look at previous posts from when you were a teenager, reflecting immature and inappropriate views, skewing your current image who has matured and evolved. Cyber safety. In the modern age of technology, there's a growing concern for safety while surfing the internet, especially in younger age demographics. Cyber safety is the safe and responsible use of information and communication technologies. In software development, there may be oversights in regard to the security of the software, which makes it more susceptible to cyber attacks. An example of a cyber attack may be a company an individual is affiliated with, asking for their username and password, but behind the account is a cyber criminal. Although firewalls and security software are in place to protect the user, it is crucial that the user isn't entirely reliant on it to keep themselves safe. Issues in relation to cyber safety include, but are not limited to, cyberbullying, which is the weaponization of the internet to ruin a person's self-worth through sending hurtful messages, sharing embarrassing photos, spreading rumors, and catfishing. There is also the dangers of online friends, where there's the potential that people you consider online friends are posing as someone they are not. Behind the screens, they could be predators, thieves, blackmailers, and stalkers. Identity theft is also prevalent nowadays, with cybercriminals having the capability to gain access to personal information for malicious purposes, such as blackmailing or hacking into bank accounts to use your money. The threat of cyber attacks have caused users to forever be cautious when on the internet, as cybercriminals will disguise themselves as well-known companies and people to trick others. One must know how to take preventative measures when it comes to online trolls and catfishers, seeking help when needed. However, through cyber safety of security software and firewalls, there is peace of mind given, in that, for the most part, our data is protected unless there is a massive data leak. But it cannot protect us from things like cyberbullying, and is our own responsibility to navigate the internet in a safe manner and avoid situations that put our lives and mental health at risk. Information validity. Information validity is the practice of checking the integrity and accuracy of information. In the modern information age, we have the exact opposite problem of our predecessors, where once information was scarce, nowadays information is at our fingertips, readily available and easily accessible. However, the caveat with this is that there is too large of a surplus of information that opposes the difficult problem of differentiating fact from fraud. On the internet, a place for so-called freedom of speech is for the majority unregulated, having a large portion of the information that can be found on it stated without authors or credible citations. This compromises the credibility of the information, as no definitive source can be determined. Even if there was an author, the viewer/reader still must question whether the information they are intaking is up-to-date, accurate, unbiased, and what is its purpose. No example of this is more evident than during the outbreak of COVID-19, where an avalanche of misinformation was spread across the internet. This spread of misinformation was predominantly seen through the multitude of social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where users have free reign over what they share and post. All of a sudden, my auntie is a certified doctor and an expert on COVID. This emphasizes the importance of information validity, as well as the power of information. It keeps us alert at all times, being critical of everything. And though we may share information for good purposes, it shows how people can be easily misled by what they view online, manipulating their perspectives on certain things. The more they believe in the fake news, the more they are distrustful of the media. Though unintentionally, the internet also platforms harmful conspiracy theories, in particular those that affect one's health, whilst providing an outlet for hate speech. As the internet continues to expand, the validity of information becomes increasingly more difficult to confirm.